The historic Majestic Hotel in Hot Springs goes up in flames. We have live team coverage with the latest on the fire. Plus, parents of students in the Little Rock School District voicing their opinions over possible changes to the district's reading program. And a wild win over the Wildcats. The Hogs with a big win in Rupp Arena.
From KATV, winner of the Edward R. Murrow Award for Best Newscast, this is Channel 7 News Nightside.
More than 4 hours after the historic Majestic Hotel goes up in flames, firefighters still working to put out the blaze. Good evening and thank you for watching tonight. I'm Christina Munoz.
And I'm Scott Inman. We are live just off of Park Avenue in the Spa City tonight, where, as you mentioned, Christina, the Majestic Hotel is still burning tonight, but it is somewhat contained. Now, the good news is we can tell you it was a vacant building. The bad news, of course, enormous historical significance to the city of Hot Springs. Many of our viewers will remember the Majestic Hotel in its heyday, but it's a sad ending for the hotel tonight. It had just recently been boarded up. It had been closed since 2006. Now, as far as what caused the fire, that will, of course, be under investigation over the coming days. We are joined right now by Hot Springs Fire Chief Ed Davis with a little bit more on this blaze. And first of all, I guess let's get the updated status, Chief, if you would, on is the fire somewhat contained at this hour?
Yes, sir. It's contained to the building of origin. You know, it's blacked out in most areas. You can see behind me, guys have done a really good job on working the perimeter of the building with the deluge sets, aerial devices and all. And we've been joined by Lake Hamilton Fire Department, one of our sister agencies in Garland County. 70 West Fire Department also has given us assistance on this. But, you know, primarily we still have some fire burning in the rear of the building. We've had collapse of a large roof section in that portion. It's making it kind of difficult to get to it.
You were telling me just how old this building is means that you're not going to risk any firefighter lives. Nobody has gone in the building tonight.
No, sir. The building was in very poor condition prior to the fire. And so, you know, we do pretty thorough building surveys in Hot Springs. And, you know, for this very reason, you know, pre-fire planning is very, very important. You fall back on that whenever you have a major disaster like this. And, you know, our pre-plans told us basically that the building, because of its structural issues, because of the fact that it has been pretty much open to the weather, holes in the roofs, things like that, it was just too risky to put people in the building.
And since it's been closed for so long, do you have any idea if utilities were even connected to it?
No, sir. There wasn't like natural gas service to the building or electrical service. There was a small amount of electrical service to an office area right here, but none in the yellow brick building, which is on fire right now.
Well, we know it's been a long day for you. We appreciate the time out talking to us tonight. That's Ed Davis, the Fire Chief of the Hot Springs Fire Department. We bring in Channel 7's Maureen Glisovic now. We talked about the historical significance of this building, and you've been talking with some residents here in the Spa City tonight, and many of them are really sad to see this hotel
many
go
are.
up.
I mean, I spoke to one woman whose grandfather helped build the Majestic back in its heyday, and it's amazing some of the reactions. People have just been really just speechless. The entire town just watching history going up in flames. Many are just hoping that this building can be salvaged, although many just aren't sure. Now, there are several departments out here, fire departments, Hot Springs, clearly, Lake Hamilton, you know, Fat Jack's over here. There's a business, Fat Jack's Oysters Bar and Grill. They've been bringing foods over to some of the fire crews and just kind of helping out. Like Scott had mentioned, some sections of this building had been boarded up just a few weeks ago, and as the crowd continues watching, some even speculate there may be asbestos in the air just because of how old this building is. But many just say the worst part of watching this is just history going up in flames.
The history major in college, and it kind of brings a tear to my eye to see such a historic building with so many historic faces that could pass through it just go down in flames.
This is a tragic day for us in Hot Springs. This is history right here. I'm just at a loss for words because ever since I was a little girl, I have driven by this place. It's been part of our lives.
It's just been really devastating for many people just watching this. I mean, I've been here since earlier, and it's just crazy.
Now, we should point out it is just one of many buildings on about a 5-acre campus here, so there are some buildings that will remain upright tonight. But even when they shut down the firefighting portion of this, we are pointing out, or we are told, that tomorrow the 100 to 200 block of Park Avenue will be shut down to through traffic. So if you live in Hot Springs and you're watching us tonight and you need to go down that road, you're going to need to make plans for an alternate route. That is the latest for now from Hot Springs. We'll send it back into the Little Rock studio. Christina.
Thank you, Scott, and thank you, Maureen. And we will have more on that fire tonight as well as tomorrow on Daybreak.
Your Metro First forecast with Chief Meteorologist Ned Permy.
Skies are clear at this hour, and temperatures, as we look at them, not nearly as cold as they were last night by about 10 degrees. A little warm up, and we're going to see a little warming trend, although briefly all the way into the weekend. 40 degrees in Hot Springs right now, into the 30s elsewhere. For tomorrow, chances of rain being introduced as a weak system moves aloft. 51 degrees at Conway. Chance of rain 30%, 20 at Cabot, and 20% at Hot Springs. The farther north you go from the Little Rock area, the better chances of rain tomorrow, including Searcy with 49-degree temperature. 30 degrees will be our reading. We've got the forecast that does include another system to bring rain and maybe even some winter precipitation to the forecast just in time for the Little Rock Marathon. Wouldn't you know? We'll have more coming up.
There you go, Ned. Thank you. Well, the first time the Hogs in Kentucky went head-to-head in Bud Walton, the Hogs won in overtime on a last-second dunk. Tonight, another SEC classic. Sully joins us early with some highlights of the win that just might get the Hogs dancing.
We'll take them one at a time.
Okay.
It's always fun to beat Kentucky. Better to beat them in overtime at their place. And the next time the Hogs play at Kentucky, we'll have to show those 1994 highlights when we talk about the last win at Lexington. What a game. Hogs led by as many as 12 late in the first half. But with 4:44 to go, Kentucky was up by 5. How about those Hogs? Under 30 seconds to play, down 2. Kai Madden hits 2 huge free throws. Kentucky a chance to win it. I love the defense here. Watch them go after the ball. They come up with the block. Landis Harris trying to make SportsCenter here. No, we would go to overtime. That first bucket in overtime is always huge. Cody Clark, Mr. Clutch with the 3. And how about the freshman Bobby Portis? Look at him down low. Lead is 1, wedges way in, right hand, tips it up and in. And the Hogs won this from the line. 16 of 16 from the free throw line. So many clutch free throw shots. What a job on the road. They win 71-67. How about Kiko off the bench hitting a free throw? Hogs. Much more on their big win coming up later in sports from start to finish.
I know you were excited watching the game.
Oh, yeah. Hard time doing work when that game's going on.
I know. Yeah, a little distracting.
Yeah.
Sully, we'll see you in a bit. Thanks. Well, state House leaders say a proposal that would limit the time frame for people to sign up for the state's private option may be the key needed to pass the legislation. The House has not voted on the private option since last week after it failed 4 times. The private option would use federal Medicaid funds to purchase private insurance for low-income residents. Well, what would you say if a crematorium wanted to set up shop right next to your child's elementary school? That's the case for a school in Russellville, and parents there say they're not too happy about it. Channel 7's Matt Mershon was in Russellville today. And Matt, the crematorium is not a done deal yet, right?
No, it's not. It's just a crematorium. And it's not just a crematorium. There's also plans for a cemetery on that plot of land. And although parents are concerned, the person who's looking to develop that land says it'll be done with the community in mind.
Parents pick up their children from Center Valley Elementary School Thursday. On many parents' minds, like Brandy Cottle, is what will be built just beyond this fence.
Those children play less than a block away from that. I mean, not even a block.
A block away from this proposed crematorium.
It is completely understandable to me that parents are concerned about their children and what they'll be exposed to.
And that's why Jim Bob Humphrey, president of Humphrey Funeral Services, says plans for the cemetery and crematorium include natural tree boundaries and top-of-the-line cremation equipment. And according to renderings, the crematorium will actually be over 500 feet from the school. But that doesn't put Cottle at ease.
They're going to ask questions about what's going on over there. How many people are going to have the responsibility and the right answer for them?
But Humphrey says death is natural, and years ago, children were exposed to death in everyday life.
Children were exposed to death. It was a part of their culture. They saw birth at home and they saw death at home.
And he says not exposing them now is a disservice to children.
That would be an everyday occurrence for them.
Something many parents don't want. But Humphrey says just wait.
I believe that when people see what it is we are going to do, they will be very, very impressed.
And parents will have a chance to see all the plans and speak with the funeral home one-on-one. They plan to meet a week from today at the school. Christina.
All right, Matt Mershon live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, after the break, Ned will have a look at our forecast that could include some winter weather. Stay tuned.
Channel 7 News Nightside, brought to you by Smart Auto Group, Arkansas Federal Credit Union, Sissy's Log Cabin, Cleo's Furniture, and UAMS Skycams, sponsored by Middleton Heat and Air. From the weather team with the most experience, this is Channel 7 Chief Meteorologist Ned Permy.
Middleton Heat and Air Skycam overlooking the river market and the amphitheater and the river bridges all lit up again tonight. We've got clear skies. Moisture levels are beginning to increase just a little over the last couple of hours. We've been seeing that, and we're going to see, although skies are clear right now, we are definitely going to be seeing some clouds increasing with our next system that's moving in tomorrow. And then the next system after that, they're one right after the other. We've got another one, and this one's a little more vigorous, a little stronger, a little more moisture with it, so the chance of rain going up for the Little Rock Marathon, and the temperatures going down. We're looking at a 40% chance about race time, 10 a.m. 50%, noon 60%, and temperatures going in the opposite direction. So colder air will be moving in with a frontal boundary that'll be pushing in. So we've got a couple of systems. Here's one pretty well seen on the moisture vapor, the water vapor imagery, and the second one is very vigorous, much stronger system, and that is coming in to the west coast, and that is going to be the system that affects us on Sunday. So the first one, well, light rain, scattered showers tomorrow, better chances of rain with the second system moving in. Now, with the first system, it's been weakening a little bit as it moved out of the Rockies, but it's moving into the plains, as I mentioned earlier, and it's going to be approaching western Arkansas later on tonight and tomorrow with about a 20% chance of scattered showers and thunder showers. So nothing real strong with that system, that area of low pressure, just some scattered showers. Then, here is the problem we've got. So listen up. With the second system right here that's moving in, as it moves into the Rockies and the plains at the same time, it's going to be meeting up with a whole lot of Canadian air, and that Arctic blast is going to be pushing southward. Not significant, not real cold air, but enough to cause some problems across northern Arkansas with maybe some sleet or some freezing rain. So we're going to watch that very carefully over the next couple of days as it unfolds. And it's a possibility we could even see some winter weather advisories for the northern sections of the state. For tonight, though, only problems will be clouds on the increased temperature. Currently is 38. Our winds southeast at 8 miles an hour, and the dew point beginning to increase a little bit, helping to generate some of those clouds later on tonight. These are the temperatures around the state. 40 degrees at Hot Springs right now, where they've got a lot of activity going on with that horrible fire that broke out at the Majestic Hotel. And 46 degree reading at Texarkana, 43 at Mena, 42 at Hot Springs. It's 29 up at Fayetteville, and 31 not far behind at Harrison. So there's the system out west. And here it goes. We step Futurecast in and take it into motion over the next 48 hours. We are looking at showers breaking out tomorrow morning in northern Arkansas, central into northeastern Arkansas during the early afternoon, and out of here. And then the new front approaches the state as we move toward the weekend, and the next system coming through the Rockies, and that's going to bring in our next chances of rain. 31 overnight, cloudy skies will continue to build. And then tomorrow, 53 with a 20% chance of light rain. It could start as a light mix across the north, but no major problems anticipated. Up to 60. Enjoy that on Saturday, because the temperatures go in the opposite direction into early next week, including some freezing rain or sleet, maybe ending as snow late Sunday night, including maybe portions of central Arkansas. Stay tuned. We'll have more tomorrow.
Does this mean March is in like a lion or a lamb? I'm confused.
At least March is in. It's got to end.
Okay, thank you. That's the hope anyway. Ned, thanks. Well, coming up after the break, Little Rock Superintendent Dexter Suggs has a plan for a new reading program for the district, and it has some parents upset. After the break, why parents and even a reading volunteer are not happy tonight. Welcome back. We want to return now to the fire at the historic Majestic Hotel in Hot Springs. Scott Inman has been live there tonight, and we understand there's been a little bit of a flare-up again.
Yeah, I would say so, Christine. I'm going to back out of the frame here and let you take a look at the The flames are getting a little bit higher there. We told you earlier that the roof had partially collapsed on the back wall, and you can kind of see that red glow on top of the building. But then right below that now, in one of the upper floors, you can see where flames are burning, clearly burning the ceiling in that one window. And earlier, the flames were really kissing up against that glass, and the firefighters had really directed a lot of the water right on that glass, and for the moment had saved that from being blown out. And then right after that, we saw a lot of gray smoke coming out of some of the windows in the upper floors as well. And now you really see the flames kicking up there on the top of the building. So obviously this is going to be a long night for firefighters here, and at least a half dozen to maybe even a dozen trucks on hand putting the water on top of it. They believe they have it contained from spreading, keeping it from spreading to other buildings, and that's the good news. But it certainly looks like the old Majestic Hotel, which we're told is the oldest hotel in Hot Springs, is going to be a big loss. Very sad night here in Hot Springs. We will have the latest on the battling of the blaze and also the investigation into what caused it tomorrow morning on Daybreak. Back to you.
Some incredible video there. Scott Inman live for us tonight. We thank you. Controversy over the Little Rock School District doing away with its reading recovery program reached a boiling point tonight when parents came out to a board meeting to express their concerns. Channel 7's Alicia Dover was in the meeting and brings us more on the parents' reaction. Alicia?
Christina, it was standing room only tonight at the district school board meeting. So many there to speak about the reading recovery program.
If I asked you what it's like to not be able to read, what it's like to see letters on a smartboard, in a book, on a worksheet, and not be able to read the words that those letters make, not to know the simple information they mean to convey.
Tears from a parent tonight at the Little Rock School Board meeting. Superintendent Dexter Suggs says he's not releasing the full plan for a new reading program, but the one in place, reading recovery, is definitely going away.
Do understand that this is in no intent to actually reveal the total product or the actual plan that we're going to implement. We will highlight that plan next month.
But some in the meeting weren't pleased with waiting for details after hearing it might mean a reduction in one-on-one instruction. Others pleading for the program to expand.
The right to read is a fundamental human right. It's one of those that we have to move beyond lip service on and really be willing to put our money where our mouths are.
This reading volunteer says he can't imagine his time with his kids being reduced.
You need to be able to work closely with the kids and not in large groups, and the impact and the importance that has is worth fighting to save.
Suggs did offer data showing many schools with improved reading scores did not have the reading recovery program in place. Christina?
All right, Alicia, live for us tonight. Thank you. If you missed the Hogs game earlier tonight, you sure missed a good one. After the break, Sully has more on that Hogs big win over Kentucky.
From the Arkansas Select Buick GMC Sports Desk, here's Steve Sullivan.
What a great win for the Hogs. Their first win in Lexington since 1994, their first sweep of Kentucky. It's the first time since he's been at Kentucky. I like this, that John Calipari has lost the same team twice in a season. Hogs were sharp early. How about Michael Qualls? He gave him a boost, the steal, and no one in college basketball finishes like him. Tied at 11. This is part of a 9-0 run. Anthlon Bell drilling the three. 20-13 Hogs move now. They're up 9. They give Bobby Portis the green light. That's Pat Bradley pure right there. 29-17 Hogs. The 7-footer Willie Cauley-Stein had a huge first half. One of his 7 or 8 dunks. Hogs by 7 at the break. Second half 4-point game. You got to be kidding me. Bell, he got hit. Hogs by 7. That's when the Hogs stopped scoring. Under 6 to go. Game is tied. Andrew Harrison, no. Cauley-Stein. Whoa, 54-52 Kentucky. Andrew Harrison, 3-ball, 57-52 Cats. 57-54, big play by Alandis Harris, taking the big guy to the hoop. 1-point game. How about Kai Madden? Clutch, under 30 seconds to go. Knocks down 2 free throws to tie the game at 60. Here come the Cats. This is great defense by the Hogs. They contest the shot, they block the shot. Harris has it, last second heave. No, we're going to overtime. Hogs struck first. Cody Clark, can't say enough about him. 3-ball. The lead is 1. Look at Bobby Portis, wedges way in there. Right hand, tip up and in. All free throws from there. Cody Clark 4 for 4. Kiko Haydar 2 for 2. Haydar, I should say. Michael Qualls, let's go to the board. He had 14. Madden had 12. Clark had 11. Free throws huge in this one. 16 of 16 for the Hogs. 12 for 22 for the Cats. Georgia's next Saturday in Fayetteville, a sellout. You can see that game right here on Channel 7. Wow. Let's take a look at the other scores. And how about this? UALR wins on the road, 62-55. A shocker in Conway. UCA 3-11 knocks off Sam Houston State. They were 11-3, 80-71. Now the bad news. Ladies lost tonight at Texas A&M. Gary Blair will be in town tomorrow for Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. He wins 77-54. Time to raise some money for the American Cancer Society. Terry Wallace's charity pick of the week was the 11 horse in the 9th race, Devil and a Half. We pick them up as they head for home, and Devil and a Half is waiting to make his move.
On the outside on even terms with Miguel Baby. Just behind them, Mallard's Bro squandering a perfect trip. Here comes Devil and a Half now into second with a 16th to go. Trace Creek shifting about, has to hold off Devil and a Half late. Trace Creek by a length and 3/4. Devil and a Half trying his best, but he's second best. Trace Creek wins at a price.
A great effort by Devil and a Half, but he comes up short. We still donate $100 to the Cancer Society. And finally tonight, I want to show you the new place to play in Central Arkansas for recreational baseball. North Little Rock has built a $1 million youth baseball facility, 7 new fields, an indoor air-conditioned concession area. Great idea, which will include 7 42-inch TVs, which will be showing the activity on every field. It's open to kids ages 3 to 12. Registration has been extended to March 10th. Cost is $80. That includes a shirt and a hat. If you tell them you saw the story on Channel 7, they'll give you $7 off, and it'll be $73.
Incentive, look at that.
It's amazing. Listen to the post-game show. All the positive comments now in the Razorbacks after that win. Great time.
I know, it gets us excited.
Yeah.
Sully, thank you. After the break, we'll check back in with Scott Inman in Hot Springs with the very latest on that fire at the Majestic Hotel.
I'm Scott Inman back at the Majestic here in Hot Springs. The fire spreading now. In fact, we were just told by fire crews that we're going to have to back up because they're going to move the fire trucks back to get a better angle as this fire continues to burn tonight. It's going to be a long night for firefighters. We'll have the latest on the blaze and the investigation into the cause tomorrow morning on Daybreak. That's all for now. Back to you, Christina.
Scott Inman, we appreciate your reports live from the Majestic in Hot Springs. Thank you. And that is going to do it for us tonight on Nightside. We thank you for watching and hope to see you again tomorrow night.